Alright, I'm back. We're doing this for real. This will be a continuous, ongoing guide through your awakening, your ascension, through creating the new world, creating the life of your dreams, creating a life worth living, or creating a life of which you are in control. And you can create whatever you want, and therefore be of inspiration to others who are lost, like I once was. So, this is the official call to all starseeds, light workers, old souls, freedom fighters, renegades, and any of the like. On the theme of we are all walking each other home, this is my vibrational frequency that I am putting out to the world as an example for others, how they may create a life of their own. I'm here to be a support system, a hype man, a life coach, a trailblazer, a reminder of who you are and what you can do. As stated before, if you resonate with this, you'll resonate as a starseed or a light worker or a healer. And if you don't resonate with this, feel free to get the fuck off my podcast. And if you think that the ideas brought up are crazy, or that I am crazy, or that anyone that would resonate with this is crazy, you too can feel free to get the fuck out and enjoy your boring ass life. Because this is for the fun folk, because it's more fun to believe. And it's more fun to create your own life than to fall into the trappings of the Matrix. I'm here to show you how to be a glitch in the Matrix. I'm here for others that want to be a glitch in the Matrix. I'm here to teach you how to be in this world and not of it. I'm here to be an example of how to be in this world and not of it. So that maybe some of you can step into your role of being an example of how to be in this world and not of it. As we venture forth into the age of Aquarius and leave behind the old world dichotomies. If you're just getting into spirituality and realizing that you are God's essence in flesh, then you might want to go listen to Jessa Reed, anything she's done. Mainly start with Soberish, her first podcast. She was my mentor through the beginning stages of awakening. She's great. If you like my energy, you'll love her energy. She's got more of the basics of the beginning of your awakening. I'll be outlining some of that stuff, but just based on where I'm at in my journey, it's mainly going to be for those who are ready to make the change in their lives. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Today, we're talking about devotion. And how, like anything, devotion begins with a choice. One day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. Recommitting yourself to a life of deeper connection and creation. Taking charge of your life force and creating what you want. And not being stuck on the hamster wheel that is the Matrix and the world that you may have been brought up in, and the programmings that you may be unlearning of the old world, and how society says it should be or needs to be, how you should be, how you need to be, how you need to run your life. This whole thing is an ongoing reminder that you can create whatever life you want You don't need to succumb to the life that was presented to you. Wherever you're at in your journey, if you're ready to let go of who you once were and become who you were always meant to be, then you're in the right place. The wonderful thing about the divine is that it will always be there for you when you are ready, no matter how long you had to stray away from following your heart and listening to your inner guidance. The divine will always be there for you when you are ready. When you are ready to let go of who you once were. When you are ready to do things your way, the divine will be there. When you are ready to say, no, it's okay to do it my way. That's when you are ready to co-create with the divine. So, are you ready to be a vessel for divine creation? As always, it begins with a choice. A choice that really gets the momentum flowing is one that needs to be followed up by consistent action. But it's quite powerful. It's a choice of devotion. This choice, this word, was a light bulb moment for me, mixed with a little bit of my particular favorite, tough love. Another favorite of my sayings that I heard from Jasmine on TikTok is the popular saying, if he wanted to, he would. So what's your excuse? If you wanted to, you would. You've been saying that you want to live a better life, a life of your own creation, but you haven't changed anything to move towards that reality. If you wanted to, you would. Figure out what's holding you back. Let it go. Again, when you're ready, the divine will be there, willing and waiting to co-create with you. And that is when you can create anything because you are working hand in hand with creation itself. It's time to carve our place into time and space. If we can't find a way, we'll make a way. Wild Things, Alicia Cara. Now, it's important to keep in mind, you need to make room for these changes. How much space have you made for change? Does your environment support drastic change? These are questions that are important. You need to give yourself space to grow. Myself, I've given myself sort of a blank canvas, that amount of space for growth. Cut out my whole old life and let it go so that all of it can be reborn anew. You might not have to be that drastic if your environment supports radical change. And you'll also need to start mastering the art of detachment, which aids in the letting go. Becoming no longer attached to the things that are holding you back, that you're holding on to from the past. Past pains, holding on to your perspective out of sort of a fight against someone else's perspective of you. Let it go. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Who you were in your past life when you're creating a new one. It's like saying in reincarnate. That's why we forget our past lives. When you reincarnate, you can't be holding on to the shit from the past. Sometimes you get fucking weaved in and you have to deal with it. You have to deal with things that may be attached to past lives sometimes. Because again, it's something that's holding you back. That is a cord, sort of a resistance band between you propelling forward, holding you attached to the past, cutting the ties that bind. And then after that, once you get a better grip on the art of detachment, it becomes so much easier. I let go of who I was entirely to make room for what's new and what is true. My authentic self went caged for so long, for many reasons, but one of the reasons was, and I'm still struggling with, the letting go of the disguise I created. my lifetime's worth of hard work creating a believable human character that knows how to conform. I spent my whole life creating this character that knows how to blend in with the matrix. So it's hard to let go of all that effort. But that effort and that version of myself had my authentic self caged, imprisoned, locked away, unable to be seen, unwilling to be seen, due to some false sense of safety and survival. We don't need that anymore. And now, we just keep up with the maintenance of detaching from the sticky old beliefs. I cannot stress enough the need for space to grow. You absolutely cannot create your new reality while maintaining the old. I always say, if you want change, great, make one. I made a choice for freedom and creation. Freedom of creation. So that my ancestors' choice and fight for freedom need not go in vain. So let's say, great, you're here, you've made the choice to start your spiritual practice. You're ready to create the life of your dreams. Now what? Well, like me, let's assume you've gotten rid of the idea it's magic, so it should fall out of the sky. Let's assume you've made it to the realization, okay, it is magic, but I still have to do the work to get there and to create it. It's a bummer. But if you say you're ready now, and you've made a choice to start, now what? Well, it's all in the wording. It's a choice. It's a practice. So you choose to practice one day at a time. One day at a time, you choose to make time for yourself. So you can choose to maintain your intentions mixed with your daily actions. I have a conscious intention of what I'm doing in the day is further propelling me on my path. Every step I take, every action I take is to continue my movement forward on this path. One moment at a time. Because we all know it's a constant battle between your inner voice and the external world. The external world is just a distraction. Every moment, you have to make the choice to what you will listen to. Your authentic inner wisdom that is connected to source, or the illusion of the external world. And the external world is loud. And your internal wisdom and compass is just a steady what can sound like a whisper. But if you continuously make the choice to listen to what feels right for you, one day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time, believing what is true, what is you, versus the illusions of the external world. If your path starts to feel wrong or off, then you know you may need to adjust course. And before you know it, you'll be in the middle of it. And if you look back, you can see not only how far you've come, but also, even though it may not have felt like it, you were always walking a straight and direct path to here, where you are now. One choice away from the life of your dreams. And you might also see that that is where you have always been. What will you choose today? Whether you are just beginning or reaffirming a commitment to have a deeper connection to and with life, the intention of this is to support you in kickstarting your choice to deepen your spiritual practice. And if you want a support system, a community of people who resonate with this, then you're in the right place. Welcome. It's time to join the Renegade Revolution. If you're like me, you may be at a point in your life right now where you're sitting here hoping for a more fantastical existence, while sleeping on the fact that you are God in flesh. You can do or be or have anything, but you would rather mope and continue to contribute to and manifest your mundane existence, instead of harnessing the power of divine creation that flows through your veins. Pick a role and fucking play it. Remember, this means letting go of your old existence. In the sense, this is no longer your dominant character, but integrated into your true character. So when it comes to creating the life of your dreams, that's exactly what you need to do, is look at it as a play, a movie, a role, a game. Choose the story you want to create, choose the role you want to play, and fucking play it. That is all you can do, one day at a time, one step at a time. Devote yourself to your new existence. To existence you want. To an existence you wake up excited to participate in. It doesn't have to be the same as it always has been. In fact, if you're like me, you may have come to the realization that you're basically insane for the life you had been living. Constantly seeking for more, wanting something different, but fucking doing exactly the same shit day in and day out. You want to change, then make one. Like me, you have to come to the realization that yes, you are a god in flesh, but you still have to take every single action required to build the life you want. It will not just fall from the sky. And yes, it will be work, but it's not going to be the same work as your old life. Your survival life was extremely draining, if it was anything like my version of a surviving life. So fucking draining, so boring. Ugh. 3D, am I right? Terrible. So here's to creating something new, something true, something authentic, something fun, fulfilling, enjoyable. It's time to move out of the mundane and into the fantastical, from surviving to thriving. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here to be an example of. Here to show you in a down-to-earth way, one step at a time, a way that is clear as far as trajectory goes. One step at a time. Create a whole new world, a whole new life. Nothing to something. Let's do it together. This is my story, and I hope it can help you with yours. I want to give you a little reminder, because as you move through life with this constant battle of believing what is right for you, what feels true to you, and what the outside world is trying to project to you, you need to always remember it's this and that. It is always both. You are always God and human in one. It is always both because you are always both God and human in one. Your human existence is loud and always yelling at you, and the external illusions are loud and believable, and because they're physical, they overpower the truth of what is you. But that is why you need to remember that that's what we are here for. We are here to remember it is this and that. It is always both. We are here to be in this world and not of it. You are human, and you have to move through your human experience and feelings. But you are also God, and God can see the objectivity of everything. When you work through a hard truth, you still have to go through the roller coaster of emotions that comes with your humanness within that experience. But your God self can see the bigger picture and why it's happening. Because you are both. It is always both. It is always this and that. Another thing is the homesickness. It feels constant and ever present, especially when you are hiding from the creation of your most authentic self, the embodiment of your most authentic self. When you're hiding from that, getting caught up in the day-to-day, the matrix, other than that, the homesickness is stronger. And that's because you're homesick. You are homesick and you came here to aid in the evolution of the human race. And if you are not doing your part, playing your role in that, then your sorrow and your longing for home is for naught. It is for whatever it is you're doing. You have this homesickness, this sorrow, this missing, this longing for source, home, unity, the ease of existence that is not the third dimensional realm. Because you came to create that here on Earth, and yes, it is missing. You don't like it here, that's good, you're meant to change it. But if you're just gonna sit here and fuck around, then yeah, your sorrow is for nothing. You are missing your family, your source, the unity, for nothing. And that's fine, if that is what you want to do, and if you can live with that decision, if you can live with the pain and the sorrow, and you have it for nothing, just to play around in the earth realm, versus serving your actual purpose of aiding in the evolution of the human race, which is what you came here for. And the only way you can ease the homesickness is to build home here. And no, the only essence of home you have is you, is your inner self, your inner wisdom, your connection to source inside of you. You can expand and create that feeling of home external when you start creating from a place of authenticity and co-creation with source instead of unconscious creation. Ease the pain of homesickness by creating home here, doing your mission. Not getting caught up in the matrix and feeling the sorrow and loss and longing of home because you are dabbling in things that are not of home. Create home here. This and that. It is always both. You are always both, God and human. You are meant to use your connection to source to aid you and walk you through your humanness.